Look at this funny looking Chungus cat. Look how jiggly this cat is. What? What? Are you annoyed by this? Meow. Well, it's that time of the year again where I watch the animes. It's time to watch the anime of winter 2022. I'm gonna do some first impressions of them. Not as in detail as the first impressions that I would normally do on the podcast, the Tokyo Podfathers podcast. But this is more going to be like the sort of videos that I would do on Twitter. On Twitter, I used to do these things where I would just like randomly select a seasonal anime and then kind of, do like a first impressions as I decided on the next one. The thing is, though, doing videos on Twitter sucks, and it's just not worth it, and I tried to do these in, like, one long thread, and, like, no one gave a shit, so fuck that. I'm just going to combine them all into one video. I did plan on combining those into videos, like, one single video every time, but then it just never happened. I got busy with other stuff, whatever, or I would just forget about it, because it's not like it would take that much effort. It's just whatever. Didn't think it would be all that worthwhile. So, I'm just going to do it in a normal video, like a normal person. And yeah, so, here's the list that I have. I only have 12 anime this season. I have 12 anime. Usually I have 16, maybe even like up to 20. Yeah, I have 12 anime, obviously not including Attack on Titan, which I'm watching, and then I will watch Kimetsu no Yaiba eventually. I just don't think it's important enough to, like, start right now. But yeah, not looking good for this season. That is not a lot of anime. And I even tried... So, I have, Tensai Oji, which is, I think that, like, how a genius hero rebuilt the kingdom or something. Forget what the show is called. There's some isekai that like has a decent score on my anime list, and I'm like, okay, someone's probably going to want me to watch it or something. I turned down my mic a little bit. Hot mic. So I figured, you know what, might as well since I have so few shows. And I also thought about putting She Professed Herself Pupils Wise Man, or whatever that show's called, because I remember when I previewed the show, I saw threads that were like really hyped for it, and people were like, oh my god, this character, like, finally, this character's animated, yay, it's gonna be so good. And I look on my anime list, the anime has like a 6.02 score. So either someone messed up, or those are the only people who liked it in the entire world. And I added Slow Loop as well. Slow Loop was not on my plan to watch, so I had 10 shows that I planned to watch going into the season. I had to really force myself to add 2. So, yeah, hello, camera reception. I'm just going to select them randomly. Yeah, so 1 through 12, I will just watch the first one. That pops up, and it's going to be number 6. Okay, number 6 is Sasamiya. That is the yaoi version of Horimiya. It's about 2 dudes. It's about dudes being dudes. And I've heard this one is okay. I've heard it's just alright. So I will see for myself. Oh shit, this desktop is playing. Would it be, like, offensive to say that I barely was even watching this? Like, I straight up just zoned out for most of that. Wait, oh shit, there's still stuff playing. Oh shit, there's still, like, another scene. Okay, sorry about that. There was another scene after the ED. Let me sit up straight. Yeah, I zoned out for most of that. I am really tired right now, so maybe I just wasn't actually in the mood to be watching something, but I don't know. Is there anything I really need to get with this show? It's 2 guys, just bros being bros. Bless you. My cat is sneezing behind me. And it's a romance. It's a boys' love, and there's nothing wrong with it. Like I'm not saying this show sucks. In fact, I completely understand why there are people into it. It's a very, like, wholesome, nice romance between two guys. Maybe, like, a little bit wish fulfilling, not in a bad way, not at all in a bad way, but like the main character is this kind of like scrawny little kid, and he's just like he's an otaku, and he seems kind of shy, and then there's like this tall cool guy who comes over and just kind of seems to like him for no real reason, he just does, I guess. And then he's like, "Ooh, I'm interested in your weird nerdy hobbies. Please lend me manga and let's talk all the time," and things like that. And the cool guy's like, "Oh no, what's going on? Am I gay? Ah!" But it's kind of going. Well, what's the word I'm looking for? What is the expression I'm looking for? I don't know. It's kind of he's developing his feelings basically, and the anime is really showing. It's showing both of them developing their feelings for each other, because both of them equally are kind of just like, "Oh, what is this I'm feeling? What is this? What is this strange, unusual feeling that I haven't felt before? Ooh, what's happening?" Yeah, it's fine. Like the show is fine. It's just not at all in my wheelhouse. I don't enjoy slow romances in particular. Like, this was kind of the thing that I even said this was probably going to happen in my preseason video, where I'm just like, yeah, this is probably going to be like Bloom Into You, where the show is perfectly fine, but I just don't enjoy watching it all that much. The only real complaint I can have is that it's Studio Dean, and it is of trademark Studio Dean quality, which is shit. The show looks like shit. I know, like, some people will say like when people think of shit animation or shit looking anime, it's like, like final episode of Wonder Egg Priority, where the character models aren't even placed onto the screen properly. And no, it's not like technically melted or something like that. It just looks very, very dated. Like, it looks like a mediocre anime from 2005, and it's in 2022 at this point. It's like I'm kind of amazed that they're still making anime that look like this in this day and age. And I can tell that the director's trying to compensate for the, general lack of an art style, general lack of animation, by just having a lot of close-up shots and having some effects on here, and maybe some okay camera work, but the show just doesn't look good. The character designs don't look good. Yeah, just not a very appealing looking show, but otherwise it's fine. I don't want to watch more of this, but I'm also thinking, should I be dropping stuff? Do I want to drop stuff? I don't know. I guess I might feel bad if I drop it, and maybe there will be some drama that will occur a little bit later on that might get me hooked, because at this point I don't really know where the story is going. It's mostly just been these two just kind of hanging out with each other. That's really just kind of been it. There really has not been anything going on, so maybe they'll do something else with the show, and it might be better. Not that the show even really needs to improve, because again, it's fine. It's totally fine, and I know that there are some people who are just like, "Oh my god, Sasamiya is the best show of the season." And in case you're wondering, I watched 2 episodes, so because those are the only episodes that are out. But yeah, I don't know. It's a fine show. Rare footage of Lux eating McDonald's, because I think McDonald's is fucking terrible. But it's what my family got today, so I guess this is what I'm eating. Alright, so we are off of 6. That was Sasamiya, the boys love cute shows. Let's go again. 11. Number 11 is Slow Loop. I think this is a cute girl show about fishing. It looked okay. Wasn't on my plan to watch initially, but there's nothing else to watch, so I guess it's a pretty slow season. So, I don't know if a lot of people did this necessarily, but I remember when Yudu Camp Triangle started, there were some people, some like cynics and critics who were like, oh, it's just like K-On! Because you got the dumb girl who's really enthusiastic about stuff, and then she's surrounded by more level-headed people. Like there's a quiet girl or some stuff like that, and it's just like a cute, fun time. Not that like Yuru Camp Triangle and K-On! Really aren't that similar, honestly, but I remember kind of hearing that sort of sentiment just a little bit. Then that being said, Slow Loop is definitely like Yuru Camp Triangle. Like it very obviously takes from it, in at least on a basic level, where you've got the main girl who's just very Genki and doesn't really know what she's doing, but she's very enthusiastic. And there's the quiet girl who does know what she's doing and just kind of stumbles upon this Genki girl. So, yeah, it's like the main dynamic of the show is quite literally just Nadeshiko and Rin. Not as good. Like nothing about this show is as good as Yuru Camp Triangle. Because, I don't know. Like, it's one of those anime where it's about a hobby, but they don't really do anything to sell you on why the hobby is good. It's just like, yeah, this thing's really cool, so we do it. I mean, the main reason why they do it, I guess, is because the main girl it's something that connects her to her dad, who died a couple of years before the show started, and these two girls are actually going to be adoptive sisters. Like her dad, this one girl's dad, the girl whose dad died, her mom is remarrying the other girl's dad, because I don't know what happened to her mom or whatever. I don't know if they actually said that. Maybe I forgot because I was zoned the fuck out, because this is not at all a show you need to think about. But anyway, they're going to be adoptive sisters. That's what's going on. And so they just kind of do this thing together because it's just a nice thing that connects them. You know, there's no reason to actually like be invested in it. It's just like a character sort of trait, I guess. And they really like have to hit on the dead dad thing like multiple times per episode, because it's just like every 5 minutes they're just like, oh, by the way, the main character's dad died, and that's like a sad thing that you really need to keep in mind. The show is fine. I think I'm actually like glad that I'm seeing this, because at the end of the season, when I will eventually watch the rest of this, probably, and it's something that I don't have to think about at all. I'm just going to just lay down and watch this, and just for the sake of like watching an anime without thinking at all. Like, I often want this a lot. I just like want to watch something without ever thinking. Like, this isn't something that I can make a funny Twitter post about. This isn't something I can do an interesting bit about. Just nothing. I'm just going to just watch an anime for the sake of watching an anime. Excuse me. And yeah, I just don't get that enough for myself. And so definitely when this show ends, I'm going to think about this whenever I just want to just veg out on the couch. That is definitely what this is. It's a veg out show. Don't think about it. Don't take it too seriously. It's just a cute girl's slice of life. That's it. Well, let's do the thing. Oh, okay. I think I clicked again and it just gave me 10, even though I was already on 10 because I refreshed the page. Well, 10 is Tokyo 24th Ward. What's the 25th Ward? Did I write that incorrectly? Well, whatever number it is, that's the show. That's the Cloverworks original that I heard is going to be bad because Cloverworks bad, but I've actually heard it's not bad in the beginning. So, alright. I just remembered why I don't like Survive Set the Prophet. Because they do really lame, poppy shit like this every now and then. This song is so fucking lame, dude. Go, just stick to metalcore, please. This is This sucks ass. No, dude. Get out of here with this. I just found the funniest animation of 2022 already. The show already won it. Look at this guy. Look at this. The dumbest motherfucker. The dumbest character ever made. Oh man, my nose is bleeding. Let me just get a monster and pour it over my fucking head! What the? Why does he do that? What the fuck? It's a fucking energy drink, you dumbass! Don't pour. It's just gonna fucking stick to your face. What? That doesn't do shit! It's not water, stupid! You fucking drink it! It's a fucking energy drink! Why does he do that? That was really dumb. This is a dumb show. This is a really dumb show. There are things I want to like about it. I like how it's presented. I don't love the character designs, but they're at least colorful and kind of flashy, so I can appreciate that. And the animation was like silly and kind of weird sometimes, but I also there's some real heart and passion put into it. Like there are lots of it's pretty clean overall, and there's a lot of like really cool transitions where like they'll do like these screen wipes using a character itself doing some sort of animation, just like some really cool transitions that they did. But the writing in this show is so fucking dumb, dude. It's so dumb and like contrived. Like the entire conflict of this first episode is that this girl is chasing her dog because her dog just decided to run off for no reason, and then just runs like halfway across the city, runs onto some train tracks, gets stuck, and then as this girl's running to get her dog, she also gets stuck on the tracks and just like sits there for 15 minutes before the train almost hits her, and they have to save her from that. And they literally present it as the trolley problem. They like word for word are just like, are you going to save the one person who's stuck on the tracks, or are you going to derail the train and kill the 150 people on the train? And it's like, oh my god, we're doing this. We're doing this, aren't we? Which, I mean, to the show's credit, there is like a point to it, because it's about this sort of, it's like trying to be this almost a high-tech, yeah, I would say it's a high-tech society, because the guy, one of the characters is using like magical hacking shit, programming shit in this show, with some magical tablets and drones and things like that. So yeah, it's high tech. Anyway, it's about, in a way, like predicting the future and trying to prevent bad things happening before they actually happen. And so I guess the entire conflict is like, oh, we need to prove that we can we can save everybody, no one has to die, and things like that. Even still though, it's like, I'm just kind of thinking about this, right? Like, I understand what the point of the show is, to, you know, prevent bad things from happening before they happen, and that's like the entire point of this society, and like what this government and what this mayor is trying to do, right? And like the public is generally skeptical about it, but at the same time, I'm like, is anyone actually going to care if someone was dumb enough to run on the train tracks and get fucking stuck and die because that they like they designed they designed the train in a kind of strange and practical way where it's autopiloted and there's no like emergency stop or anything. But at the same time, again, it's like, no one, don't fucking run on the train tracks. It's not even in like a general public place. It's like on a bridge, secluded from like no one should be there at all. They didn't account for people being on these tracks because it shouldn't be possible for people to be on these tracks. Like, who would care if this person got hit by the train? Who would actually care? It's silly. You know, I might consider watching this still, if not for the fact that it's Cloverworks. And it's not even that I'm trying to be skeptical about Cloverworks based on past behavior, but people have it's already been reported or rumored or whatever that this show is like fucked in production already. Like they didn't even finish this episode until some weeks ago, and like the director has already just been like, yeah, it's fucked. It's fucked. We are so fucked. So I'm gonna I'm just gonna maybe if like I hear that it doesn't crash at the end, then like okay, I might pick it back up. But for now, no, I have no interest in watching this. People be like, look, stop shaking the camera so much. Well, fuck you. It's my camera. I'm gonna shake it as much as I want. All right. How about this for some shaky camera? All right. Don't fucking don't be fucking. All right. So number 8. Number 8 is Fantasy Bishoujo. The title of which I don't entirely know, but it's an isekai made by Studio OLM, or a spinoff of Studio OLM, who made the same team that made Odd Taxi and Komi-san. This one right here. It looked like kind of not terrible and didn't have a completely generic premise. So, yeah, I guess I am a little bit looking forward to it, especially because this is such a wonderful studio. So at least it'll look good, right? So if I'm not as enthusiastic as I should be, it's because I'm tired, because I haven't been sleeping well for the last week, which I guess is normal for me, and I haven't been sleeping a lot. So yeah. But that being said, Fantasy Bishoujo is freaking great. I loved this one. Finally, a good show. Finally, something I enjoyed. If you were like thinking, oh man, this guy just hates everything, like I didn't want to start this way either, you know? So yeah, I really like this one. And I assume it has a relatively low score because it's an isekai, but it's not too far from Konosuba, where the isekai is kind of played like it's like a joke concept, basically, because the two main characters get isekai'd, and they're like not only questioning why they got isekai'd, but also kind of like making fun of this goddess who isekai'd them, because this goddess is like some weirdo who's completely naked and her body's covered in like some sort of weird visual effect. But also, the funniest thing is that the background behind her is just like this rectangle that's superimposed on the rest of the world, and it's just like a YouTube video is floating above them, and she just appears from it, and it looks so ridiculous, and it's so funny. So the two main characters are just like, why the fuck did you do that? Like, why would you do that to us? And she's like, okay, bitches, I'm gonna, since you're gonna be so ungrateful, I'm now gonna make this a demon lord world. So now you have to beat the demon world. You have to beat the demon lord in order to return to your old world and break the curse that she's put on them, because the two main characters, they are childhood friends, and there's a good dynamic between them. But then one of them turns into this very, very adorable girl, and enchants every single person around her. Like, every single person in the world, when they see her, is immediately enchanted by her, including her friend, her childhood friend, who is very tall and handsome and very like he really gets shit done, and he just can seemingly do anything. And in this fantasy world, he's given Saitama strength, and so he's like very mature and just has his shit together, but at the same time is also just like, oh god, she really is cute though, or he really is cute though. Like, and so they're trying not to fall in love with each other, because they're like, no, this is my bro, I can't fall in love with my bro like that. So it's funny. It's a really funny concept. Lots of really great dynamic between the two, and just good jokes overall. Like how everybody sees this girl and immediately just falls in love with her has these really funny consequences. And also, this girl has another sort of passive effect where calamities will just happen wherever she goes. She just brings bad luck, supposedly. So in a way, like, I guess it is kind of like Konosuba, because you've got this completely useless female character, but it's really not. It's not just like literally Konosuba or anything. But it is a very, very fun show. I seriously recommend checking this one out, even if you're like totally against isekai. Look, like, 9 out of 10 isekai are bad, but then you'll get the one that's actually not bad, and usually it's because it's making fun of the tropes in a kind of original way, which this show is doing. Wow, amazing. And also OLM Yoshioka, or whatever this team is called, they are just continuing to kill it. Like, this show is so good looking. It's not like the most amazing show you're ever gonna watch, like, but it is pretty consistently well animated. It's not like there are bursts of Sakuga and then the rest is just kind of dead time. It's just consistent. Like things are consistently moving around on the screen. There are no like clear shortcuts that I could see being taken. The character designs are excellent. Like you know, I like it when a show like hypes up how cute a character is, but they actually are cute. Like, they're actually really cute, and not even in a specific like, oh, we just gave her moe eyes and a really petite design and called it a day. Like, she's unique. Like, she doesn't look like a traditional lolly, and she's also got these really funny looking shark teeth, and it's like she's just more pretty than anything, and it's a really, really good design. Also, they've got those like that like 4-pointed star that I have in my name on Twitter and on Discord. That's like a symbol across on everything in this world, and I thought that was very funny. I always just like smile whenever I see that symbol out in anything. I know it's not like it's not like a symbol I invented or anything, but I just kind of like started making it part of my brand, and then now I just see it in media, and it's like, that's my sign, that's my star. So that's why this is anime of the season. So yay for Fantasy Bishoujo.
I feel like I've made a lot of progress, but actually I've only seen 4 shows and I have 8 left, so I should probably speed this up. Okay. 5. 5 is Precone! Yay! I get to watch Princess Connect! Oh, I was looking forward to this one because I just like Princess Connect and I know that this is going to be good. And all the girls are hot.
Well, Princess Connect is back. It's lovely. It's wonderful. It is a very fun show to watch. I was actually like enjoying it more than I expected it. At least at first. Not that it like got worse or anything, but it I don't know. It just has such a feel good feeling to it because it's this very happy and optimistic kind of slice of lifey adventure series where like nothing matters, because I genuinely forgot what Princess Connect is about, and this anime is about these 4 idiots who just go around looking for food. Like they are called the Gourmet Club, and they are just looking for different rare ingredients that they can use to make delicious food. And it's just like, it's so silly, and that's just what makes it fun. It's fun. The world they live in is just very colorful, sometimes very eccentric and weird. Like the main character's always getting eaten by these dogs that have the same faces as those rocks from Konosuba. Because remember, this is the Konosuba director, so it looks very goofy at times. Very, very expressive animation. Like this anime just looks so good on every front. It looks absolutely beautiful. The animation is so good. And yeah, it's mainly just this very happy adventure series. Like, you got Kokoro, who is so optimistic about everything. There's like this scene where they're walking through this new environment that they've never been in before, and she's kind of monologuing, like as if she's writing a letter to someone, and she's like, dear elder, things are going great. We're in this new area with all of this coral and these fish flying above us. Where the fuck are we? And it's just nice and fun, and it's a really funny series. Episode 2 was also about these idol girls, and the main character just joins this simp army for these girls. It's very pointless, but it's also very fun. The things that go wrong with this series are when it takes itself much more seriously, especially because one of the characters in the quartet, Carol, is supposedly some sort of spy for this opposing villainous queen or something like that. I honestly completely forgot what the point of all that is, but it's like every episode they have to remind you that there's this very serious and dark plot happening with Carol, and it's just like, dude, just make the show about adventuring and cooking food. That's literally all I ask for. I don't want any of this other shit. It's not even interesting. But other than that, the show is very, very nice. And yeah. I need to stop ending these segments with, and yeah, wow, I'm so good at talking on the fucking camera. Why does Taiga say that I still have Princess Connect? Fuck, I'm choking on my own spit. I closed it a while ago. Alright, whatever. Let's go again. 3. 3 is Sabikui Bisco. This is my most anticipated show of the season. So, I'm really excited to watch this, and I've heard that it is... This is exactly what I would listen to. That was just the first episode, but I'm just gonna say right now, this show was good. I really like this one. Wait, that was a fucking Juna song. What the fuck? That's like the same person who did the first Maho Yome song. What? When did she do rock like this? What the fuck? I don't know how exactly to define a Mazcore show, but I could kind of say that it's like a show that just has a lot of really weird shit in it. Not even like to be confusing, it's just like, it just has lots of really strange ideas. Like, let's have a show where people are dying because rust is covering their bodies, and all the animals are made out of iron, and they use these animals as like military grade artillery or some shit, and there's a police force that rides iguanas, and the governor is some mobster guy whose armed forces are dudes in pink bunny suits. It's just like this fucking idea salad that just comes to make something really fantastic and unique and weird. The best comparison I can give to this is Dorohedoro, which is like the exact same thing, with a strange emphasis on mushrooms. If I had $1 for every mushroom-related show I've seen, I would have $2, which is weird that there are 2 of them. But there are 2 of them. And, yeah, Sabikui Bisco is, without a doubt, my favorite show this season. Oh, also, weird OST as well. OSTs with, like, break beats and, like, hardcore metal vocals. Just some crazy shit in this show. So far, it's unclear as to where things are going or even why things are happening. Like, it's not... Like, when I say this show is an idea salad, it really is just kind of bombarding you with a bunch of different things and not even bothering to tell you what any of it means or, like, what's happening. Like, what is this sort of rust condition that everyone has? Where did it come from? No idea. Not explained at all. Has to do with some mushrooms, I suppose. And then the titular character is someone who wields these arrows, and he shoots arrows, and then these mushrooms appear wherever he shoots them. And so they believe that, I guess it might be believed that he's the cause of this sort of virus or something. I don't know. The mushrooms have something to do with something, but it doesn't seem like his own mushrooms are actually causing the virus, because that hasn't happened yet. I don't know. It's strange. They haven't explained anything about this series, just that a lot of things are happening, and then this guy with the arrows, he shows up into this city, starts kind of fucking it all up. The main character is a doctor in this city who was trying to cure this rust thing, and his sister is this first of all, this cells at work black looking motherfucker who is the leader of this, I guess the leader of like the actual police or militia or that governs the city or whatever, but the governor just has like his own private army that just does whatever he says. So this governor is like clearly some corrupt guy who's just like, fuck you, I'm gonna do whatever I want, and just gets annoyed because it seems that he would rather just read manga and watch movies, and so he just openly complains about not being able to do those things because someone decided to destroy the city with mushrooms. That is extremely inconvenient, and there's one of the bunny suit guys are just like, my condolences, sir, and he's just like, shut the fuck up. You do not understand what I'm going through right now. And I'm like, damn, he just like me, for real. He's also voiced by that guy, the guy with the fucking awesome voice, Kenjiro Suda. So he's I can't do his voice, but I'm not even gonna try. Yeah. Anyway, so the main character shows up. Not the main character. The main character is the doctor. But the Bisco guy, the biscuit guy, Lucifer and the Biscuit Hammer, shows up, destroys the city or whatever. I don't even know why. Like I don't know what his goal is. He was traveling the land with this old guy and a giant crab. But then the old man obviously dies, and I think he was trying to do something for him. I don't know. But then he kind of just finds the doctor, and now they're working together, and now the older sister girl is fighting Bisco, and that's where episode 2 ends. There's really not a lot going on, but it also feels like a lot is going on because it jumps back and forth between timelines, between like current, present stuff and flashbacks, and that's fine. It's actually handled pretty well. I think the way the story is being told is fine, actually, despite it not being entirely clear. But I just really like how cool and unique everything is, and I'm really excited to see it. I really hope this doesn't fall apart story-wise, because like I said, it hasn't explained anything, so I'm just invested in the characters' personalities. I'm really invested in all the aesthetics. The show looks cool, although my heart broke in episode 2 when they got to the CG crab. Not good. Really not good. Other than that, the show looks fine. The character designs are awesome, just freaking fantastic, and again, the music is terrific. So yeah, I was right to be hyped about it. This is definitely my favorite show this season. So that's going to do it for this episode of the First Impressions. I'm going to do the other 5 anime next time. Next episode, I'll post that tomorrow, probably. So yeah, goodbye.